I'm here with Mr. Ramesh Kumar Singh. I'm going to be asking him a couple of questions. So, firstly, what is it that you do? Describe to our audience.
Thank you, Arhan, for being with me today. As you said, I am the regional director for CARE in Asia, and I manage directly 9 country offices, as well as coordinate with another 5 countries where we have different presences. So that's how my work goes on.
Sounds amazing. So, we just have a couple of questions for you today. What is the largest issue right now in your line of work? And can the younger generation work to solve this?
I think the largest issue is that the entire world is going through a big shift and change. So when the development work or humanitarian work started 80 years back, the world has seen so many changes in geopolitics. It has seen changes in technology. It has seen changes in income levels for many emerging economies. So how to really sync with that change is the biggest issue that our sector faces. That how we are going to be relevant. And I think the youth has the answer. Youth has the answer in the sense that how do we leverage technology first? How we use the aspirations of youth in the coming years, because they are the future citizens. So how do we articulate those aspirations? How we articulate those needs that the younger generation would need in future, and how we move forward, reconciling all those changes around us.
That makes a lot of sense. Talking about the younger generation. So, I'm currently 16, where, like you said, we're going to be the next generation of leaders, change makers, voters especially. So, what were you doing when you were 16? Because I assume you're doing something you love, you are doing something that you feel you're making a change. So, what was your journey here? What were you doing at 16? And what should the younger generation be doing in general? For, of course, you work in humanitarian aid. In terms of humanitarian aid, you said we need to leverage new technologies. But anything else that we should be doing as the younger generation?
So not 16 but 18. It was 1988. There was a major flood in our area. Out of my provinces, 36 districts, 28 were affected, submerged in water. So there I was as a first responder. I formed a group of people my age, all like 16, 18 years, and start helping people locally. That initiative grew into a larger initiative that we took into rehabilitation and economic recovery as well, later with the help of a few NGOs. So it was probably looking back at like, oh, what is affecting us and how we can fix it, and getting together to solve that. That's what exactly I was doing. So I think the issues at my time might be a different or maybe the same. I would say the youth to just look around and what could be changed for better. That's what we should be doing, and make our society, country, and this globe a better place to live.
That makes sense. Another thing, we're living in very uncertain times. We're living in times of great uncertainty. There's a lot of misinformation. So, how do we deal with the current context we're living in? Not just with misinformation, but with overall the types of events we're experiencing all across the globe.
Yeah, it's a huge problem, Arhan. I think in our time there used to be rumors. So rumors had like somebody will say somebody, and then it will turn into a very different story at the end. But today, with the aid of technology, rumors are on steroid. So you can see circulating around, affecting people's life, playing havoc with the mental health of people who are affected. So what we do and what we recommend as well is first, like, that misinformation thrives when there is a lack of communication. So being proactive in communicating. modeling transparency as an NGO. Like when we go into community, really tell the truth. If there is a delay for delivering something, convey it transparently. Preempt, preempt a lot of times that what could be a kind of preemptive process of stopping disinformation. So if something we are introducing in NGO world and we see that there could be a potential disinformation campaign by another group who are not interested or going to be affected negatively, then have a kind of frequently asked question released before that. So that's one. Using technology extensively as well. Like there are a lot of tech support available in the public domain that could be like fact checkers, etc. So using that is there. But ultimately, I think in our line of work, it is more trust with the community. So building that proactive communication and trust with the community, being transparent, is the first step to counter misinformation. And but this is again, like it's going to be, we have to know, especially in terms of younger generation, what are the places that on the tech world they go for information, and being there. A lot of time NGOs are not there, or the international organizations are not so savvy. So we need to get more savvy. Where are younger people? Where are people get information from? And be there.
That makes a lot of sense. Throughout the discussions I've been having, I've encountered a lot of talk about the differences between mitigation and adaptation. Could you just briefly elaborate on what does CARE, the organization, do in terms of mitigation and adaptation, and in terms of your projects that you'll be working on? What are the differences between the two in practice?
So we do both. But adaptation is where we need to adapt, because there is little way to. So it is better to, the changes are going to happen around us in terms of whatever changes. So it's if you in climate, but any other context, like adaptation is a technique that you minimize the risk. On the mitigation, you preemptively, you visualize the conditions that can happen, and then take measures to neutralize that. So it's the smart strategies to basically absorb, adapt, or mitigate. Like these are the techniques that we use strategically to reduce the negative consequences of anything happening around, which could be from climate, it could be from anything else, man-made issues as well, like many man-made issues as well. So
okay, so again with the younger generation, we'll be entering the workforce soon, and I just want to ask you and understand, as a leader in an office, what qualities and what skills are you looking for within the younger generation in terms of prospective jobs, etc.?
If I can say two words: compassionate, resilient. So person need to be somewhere driven by compassion to do good to others. Our sector still holds that, and resilient, because again we were talking about changes all over the world, changes in our sector. So somebody who is resilient, who can adapt, who can mitigate quickly. So adaptability is the first kind of skill that we look for. Other skills which could be trained, if you say data processing skills or other skills, can be acquired. But what cuts across is the resiliency and the compassion that the sector is driven at the core. That not only us, but the others also matter.
Yeah. A lot about resilience, because what I've seen with this sector especially is resilience in every way, shape or form.